mic check on Guppy, please? I don't have Guppy's levels.
Yeah, testing, testing,
Thank you.
testing.
Perfect. Appreciate that. And I would like to welcome everyone to another Sunday Stage event where we talk everything ants. We're going to go through the new update that just got announced early this morning for some of you, late last night for others. We're going to go through some interesting conversations, changes to Vast Jungle, some of the rule changes. I want to direct everyone's attention to the live chat where you can chat with your fellow players, chat with the stage team, and just have an all-around good time. There is a live ID channel where you can post your live ID and get a gift from the fairies. We also have stage videos, which is where you're going to be able to find past stage content. There are some fight nights on there. There's some past stage events that we've hosted. So go ahead and check that out. You can disseminate that amongst your friends and your teammates if there's some information that you want to obtain. We also have a Stage Topics channel. I'm happy to report that the Stage Topics channel is actually being utilized quite effectively. People are getting their ideas out, and we will be discussing one of those on stage today. So thank you. Keep them coming. I know there's a lot of people who have a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts that they want to ask in a private forum, and that's more of a way to get those out. So without further ado, I want to introduce our host today, Guppy, and I'm excited to talk about this new event. Or excuse me, the new update. What do you take on it, Guppy? It's a couple of cool things going on.
Yeah, I mean they've got new metals coming in, and they're updating the meteorite function, which is I think is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um, I mean they're adding a bunch or two more tests, or you can do two additional tests at once now instead of just one. Um,
that's interesting. So the way it reads, do you think that means they're going to increase the amount of petals that are going to be available, or is it going to be the same amount?
I mean they would, I would think that they might have to. I mean otherwise you're gonna get done really really fast.
Yeah, you're going to
But
burn
then
through them.
again, yeah, I mean then again I don't know I don't know if the devs would do that kind of thing. Um,
I'm hoping that they introduce the pedals back from the older cast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That way we
yeah,
catch up, and it's another way to get like lava cores
and
Ooh.
another
without
way to
having to
get
buy
$6.99.
humongous packs.
mhm.
Yeah, and if they listen, if
Yeah,
they can get
because
another $7 a week out of me, I'm down to pay it. Like, what do you get? Two lava cores, you get a bunch of petals. You get the exotic leaf, right?
One, one,
So
one lava core, one
it's
lava
one
core.
lava core. Okay, well, so for
Mhm.
$7, it's a good deal.
Mhm.
But it
Yeah.
would be like a second lava. Like currently, you can only get the Brescia core or whatever it is that's going towards the newest meteorite building. So the original two that opened up, those petals are no longer available. So even though they're not mentioning it here, the fact that they're allowing you to add, um, adjusted it to two additional tasks going at once, I'm very hopeful that they're going to offer at least the pack for the old petals.
I mean, where do you think they're gonna put the pedals though? In just in the pack shop, or
In
you
the
think
pack
Yeah,
that's
shop.
it?
that's where they currently are. So like when the week resets or whatever, you can do it. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can blow through those tasks, including the additional. I mean, the additional tasks run concurrent with the other 14 tasks that are offered each week. But I can blow through those 14 tasks plus the additional tasks and still have 3 days or so left where they're not doing anything. There's no improvement going on. So adding
Mm.
one additional task and maintaining the same amount of pedals is kind of really not needed. You get, I think it's like 3, 2, and 1, if I'm not mistaken.
just post it in the
So
chat.
six total, right?
See, I can see them
super-
putting it. I can see them putting those pedals in like the time limited special shop in the VIP store.
Well, they have that special Ant Evolution shop, and it's separated by Trailblazer, Explorer, and Pioneer Evolution. So if
Right.
they add, but in Explorer and Pioneer, there is no option for pedals. Like, I don't Draco, I don't see, like right there and there, those two that Draco just posted in the live chat does not have a pedal option anymore because currently working on Trailblazer Evolution, they take away the pedal pack when they open a new evolution. So maybe they return him to those two and players can grab them and kind of do an additional task. If they put them in both, that would be kind of
Amazing.
really amazing because then you could technically gain an extra 2 lava cores per week just
down.
from those additional
Well,
pedals.
So that-
if you
So
If
that's
they
2
added
lava
them-
cores in the tasks and then 2 lava cores in the VIP store. That's 4 a week.
and
Yep.
just for those following Draco's pictures, he's Canadian, so that's why the pack is a little bit. If you're a US player, it's $4.99. So I don't want to scare anyone off over $2, but our
We're
Canadian
getting hosed, eh?
Our Canadian friends here stage have to pay a little bit more than us Americans. So, but
You think
yeah,
players will
so-
have?
that what's that, Guppy?
I say you think players will have enough special ants to finish all the tasks if they release them on both pages?
So that's an interesting. I mean,
Well,
I think so.
depends.
I
I think it depends. I think it depends on if you use all yellow ants to run your tasks. Because if you notice, you can run a yellow ant in a purple task. Will it make you more efficient by running your purple ants in your purple tasks and saving your yellow ants for the yellow tasks and actually doing it the way the game was designed to do it?
correct.
So I think that's
Because
what
I can complete every task using only orange ants,
Me too.
including
Yep.
the additional one. Okay, so I think if they do offer the pedals in 2 of those, then yes, you may have to start putting purple ants in the purple ant spots, which is fine, right? Like, I mean, should have enough, like, depending on how advanced your, like, what server, if you're in an older server, you should pretty much have all the purple ants, right?
Right.
At this point, you know.
I would hope so.
So. But it'll be interesting. We don't even know if they're going to offer pedals, right? All we know is what it's saying is that it's going to open up an additional task, which I don't know. To me, there's no point really. If that's simply what they're doing, there is no point. But that does go to the second portion of the adjustment where it's a quick dispatch function. So does that mean it's going to automatically fill those purple spots with purple ants and gold spots with gold ants or not? You know, that's something that if we utilize that function, you're going to want to pay close attention. But from how this all sounds, I really, really, really think that they are going to offer pedals again for the other items. Because, again, we're going to the third portion, the recover rewards function. So I know players, get busy and they may forget to send. We actually send out a reminder every week through Alliance Mail to begin your task, because most players blow through those tasks, and like I said, they have 3 days or so before 3 days of not doing it, and then because they've maxed out all of the 14 dispatches that they have each week. So people get into the routine of, oh, I forget, and then boom, all of a sudden they don't have enough time to wrap it up in a week. So that's that's a that's going to be another nice feature where you will be able to make those up with diamonds to recover those rewards. So that'll be interesting how that plays out as well.
I'm
Yep.
happy to report that I am accumulating diamonds again because I have finished my 3 lines of T10 shooters. And if it was last week, I'd be crying. This week, I'm okay. I've done a few more. Colony actions. So
Good
I'm
job.
I'm good. I'm good.
Good job, Otto. You
You're.
listening
I
to
had to.
advice, huh?
I had to, bro. You gave me good advice. I had to listen because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have 12 diamonds left. Literally 12 diamonds.
Man, today's a good day to do it. I've actually been slacking quite a bit because our KE event is quite boring so far. So, but
Mhm.
normally on insect day, I'll go in there and even blue or purple insects, I'll bring them up and then slaughter them and then buy more yellow insects with the insect shells gained and stuff. So like every other hour, I'm doing the colony actions normally on a day like today. But
Mhm. I do the
you know
exact same thing.
that brings up another topic though with the update on the meteorite building. Draco, are you hearing the same complaints I'm hearing from players that they're missing an ant or they're not able to like push further in some of these meteorite evolution areas because a year now has gone by and they're not getting the proper ant that they need um, to position it to where they can upgrade further.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
'Cause
oh my god, it's been a year.
yeah, how time flies for sure. But yeah, so you must have seen my complaints because I'm still missing Reap Master. Even though I have
Oh,
3 shells just sitting in my inventory, just chilling.
so
Ugh.
hold on. So what you're saying is um, you had Reap Master and you decided to spore it and you have not been able to hatch it back again. So,
Unfortunately, yes.
oh,
It's
okay.
I waited a whole year to get a Reap Master. Finally did. Got 2 extra shells for it. And then, I got tired of little sleepy old master there, so I decided to disintegrate it, get its shell, spores, and put into my Lathy before it became 8 stars, thinking, I got 3 Reap Masters within a month. I'll get another one. A year later, Meteorite came out. And what
Yeah,
ant am I missing?
Reap
Reap
Master.
Master.
I'm
Exactly.
surprised. I'm honestly surprised they haven't put in the pack store a shell conversion tool.
Well,
Convert a shell into an ant.
Mhm.
to be honest with you though, Reap Master is not a bad one. Um, Draco, don't they
You,
have the
Mhm.
events? Don't they have
you're
the
just
events where you can get a higher chance of getting a master?
yeah. But
So
that
mhm.
costs money,
Go ahead.
and then you'll get the
Yeah.
mimicry. You get the mimicry all the time. That's what
No,
I
no, no,
done.
no, no. There's one that it's specific to certain masters. I thought like you have a higher chance of mimicry during one, a higher chance at SM at another, and a higher chance of RM at another. If I remember correctly, I don't know. It's been such a long time since I've chased after those, but I remember I had to go after that in order to get SM for the first time. But there is
Hmm.
an event that gives you a higher chance for a master hatch.
Wasn't it during the 9 for 10 for a while?
Yeah, it is usually during the 9 for 10, right? Or
Mhm.
right before the 9 for 10. I remember one time it was like the week before the 9 for 10 event came out. So like a bunch of people that were chasing after that blew through their supreme eggs in order to get the higher chance at a master. And then the next week they came out with the 9 for 10.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying I should be saving my eggs for that moment and pray I get it. But one thing I did do, and for any other pay to play players out there who is missing one of those ants just for that meteorite evolution, um, the special ant growth pack 2, gives you not a guarantee, but a chance to get one of those masters. And, I've tried it, but like Otto said, I just keep on getting either Mimicry Master or what the game loves to give me, the Banshee Velvet. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Ketchup's in here saying he is still waiting for his enigmatic Taylor. I have an alliance member who is crying for a Banshee Velvet. So I mean, like literally same position as you are with Reapmaster. He shredded his Banshee Velvet thinking he never would need it again, and sure enough, Evolution Meteorite building. And I feel really bad for him because like he actually showed me his stuff, and it would like significantly increase his stats because of the ability to push that further and further because he's stuck, right? He can't proceed any further on any of the other things. So like if the second he gets this Banshee Velvet, he's going to probably increase his stats, like 25, 30, 40% attack stats like instantly because he'll be able to push that up to the level his other ones are at and then push everything up further. So
I mean,
it's it does become a problem, to be honest.
Yeah, it
Well, I
does. It reinforces my hoarder tendencies listening to you guys.
I
I'm
love
gonna
that.
need that. I'm gonna need that one day. I'm not gonna shell him. I'm gonna need him one day.
But do you know what kind of feature I'll love to see? But I just know it'll be so hard to code this in and put some kind of rules to make sure it doesn't get abused. But the feature to be able to trade shells with other players. So, for example, let's say, well, it's not going to be an example for me. I need Reap Master. For sure, I need Reap Master. And let's say I don't have any shells whatsoever, I've never hatched one, but Nim over here has, let's say, I don't know, 6 Reap Masters. She's not using them, she doesn't care to star them, but she needs, let's say, Mimicry Master for her evolution. I already know she has it, and she has the Evo, but let's just say for a hypothetical reason, and hatching certain ants, it can be a pain because you're wishing for that one. So there should be a feature where I could be like, okay, you know what? Every once a week or once every 2 weeks, a player can be able to trade a shell. So I could trade my Mimicry shell to Nim for her Reapmaster shell. And then if we don't have that specific ant actually physical copy in our lineup or in our army, it'll be converted into the actual physical ant. So, I feel like that's something that I would love to see in the game. It will help a lot of players with their frustration and especially help free to play players who, let's say, they need a dupe for Wise Berserker. And for me, I've got a few shells and I'm looking for another shell for a different ant, I'll easily trade a Wise Berserker shell to them and help them with their development so they can
I would
catch up.
even, yeah, I would even take it a step further, Draco. I would put a layer on it that, make watering an integral part of like becoming synergized with your fellow teammates and have a reason for people to water each other, like you become you have like a friend level or a teammate level, and that watering ups your level, so you can go from basic ants to then to be able to trade basic ants and then trade masters and then be able to trade season ants, like have different levels and force people to interact with each other so that they can trade, not just make it automatic, make it kind of a tiered system where people have to interact with each other and water each other so that they can build their friend level up. I'd like to
Oh,
see that. I would like to see that implemented in the game, and then you should be able to trade ants back and forth. Like,
I'm going to be the contrarian and agree with Ironic in the chat.
what's
Okay?
ironic saying?
Because I see total abuse of a
I-
system where you can trade with players having 30 farms and trading OP ants that they earn on their farms with basic ants that they have on their account, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I foresee would happen, right? Like people that
Yeah.
I mean, there's people out here that have 30, 40, 50 farms. They could just trade with each other. They could trade into their main whatever ants they need or want off of the ants that they earn on their 30 farms, right? Shit, I might even create 100 farms and go to an island and just a bunch of ants and trade them all into my main if that were the case.
But that's why they
Right?
should be able to implement rules like, you can't trade with any players that are outside of your server zone. You need to be able to trade certain tier level ants. So when I say tier, I mean like, the sugars, GTs, GAs, that will be, let's say, the bottom tier. Next tier will be what Otto said, the masters. Above that will be seasonal. And above that, who knows, maybe even pay to win ants. So you can't trade, let's say, a wise berserker for a golden armor because that'll be way out of the tiers. So try to make it somewhat even and keep it somewhat contained and maybe certain requirements like Otto said,
Yeah,
you need to be able
you
to build a
you want
friendship.
to you want to reap master, you have to trade a master. Like you have to have those ants. Like with the meteorite building, you have to have a specific ant. There has to be a trade-off of equal ants. So yeah, maybe you want to have one farm as a guardian main and one farm as a shooter main and one farm as a carrier main, but you're not able to. I mean, there are lots of cons, yes. So I mean,
I've got
it's a discussion.
I've got a better solution to all of this. Okay, to be
Mhm.
quite honest with you,
Just play the game.
go to events, win events, get clover, and change the clover to where it can be a selectable ant. Like you can pick, you
Yeah.
can trade an ant you have for
Yes.
an ant you want to pick. That would like solve this 100%. You wouldn't have to worry about abuse as much because again, you're going to an event, you're playing out an event, you're hoping that you win. Even if you're on a team that tends to lose, players can jump around, go to other teams. I mean, it'll bring more interaction within the community naturally because players will seek teams that tend to win. And so they can get the clover so that they can get the ant that they're looking for. I mean, ideally, it's very simple to solve this by making clover selectable,
Well,
that instead of just random.
I
And
mean,
it would give teams a huge incentive to push for win, right? Like, I mean, you're going to try your hardest through the entire event in order to win because clover will be that valuable that I can get the ant on me, or I can get a copy of the ant that I really want to start upgrading.
right. I mean, I wouldn't want to use a clover for something as simple as like an ant that you're missing on meteorite, right? I think in the special ant plan, I think the very last chest shouldn't be random. I think that one should be selectable.
100%.
Yes, exactly. But at the same time, I also
But
want to try to look for the free to play.
But again, that is a pay option, right?
Yeah.
Like you want to give a free to play player the ability to also be able to get the ants that they're missing without having to buy a pack or whatever may be the case. So that's the only reason I bring clover, because clover is technically something that is earned through skill somewhat. I mean, it could be luck, as you know, based on matchmaking and other factors, but it is something that is given to the winner of the event. So, you know, it's the skill of the overall team or camp that wins that particular event.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but same time, the clover only gives you a seasonal ant, and the meteorites are only requiring for ants that aren't seasonal.
But that's what I'm trying to say is you could select from any ant. There's no reason why they
Okay.
like so you know, as Guppy said, you know, he wouldn't personally want to use it for getting an ant he's missing in the meteorite building, but then
Mhm.
again, that would be the player's choice, right? Like one player may want to do that, another player may not want to. So
Yeah,
you know,
because
your
honestly, at this
choice is
point,
player.
yeah, I'll love to have a weaver. Never hatched one before. Hopefully, I will sometime soon. But if I had the option, like you said, so from a clover, after me, my alliance, and the camp has tried our best, and we won the season. If I had a choice between getting a weaver, and I never thought I would say this, or have a choice for a remaster, I'm going to go for that remaster because in the long run, it's going to benefit me more for the meteorite evolution. So that would
And like
definitely be a huge incentive.
that's a personal choice for each player if they implemented it that way, right? It's not, you know, in your case, yes. In someone else's case, they may not need it, so they'll go
Hmm.
for something else. But it puts the choice in that individual player's hands when they earn that clover. And then here's the other thing too. I mean, it's not like you're earning 100 clovers a year, right? It's you're going to an event. It's a 45-day event, okay, and you're waiting on server every 3 weeks, so it's something that you will get maybe 4 times maximum a year, you know, so it's not
Hmm.
like it's not super game changing, right? But it gives players the ability to get it, and that's if they're on a team that wins every one of their events. Still very hard. So most players, I think, would only get maybe a couple clovers a year, right? You know,
Hmm.
so
I mean, I could see them putting something in like the diamond store, right? For maybe like 100K diamonds, you could buy um the OG ants. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
that
Yeah.
mean,
would be
they're old enough. I mean, I guess it would be for specific server groupings until other server groups kind of get old enough
Yeah.
to
Or
where they hold
like,
the ants.
yeah, sorry to cut you off, Guppy, but or like what Nim has been saying in chat, and also to combine your idea, have diamonds to be able to buy a certain amount of fragments of the ants. It makes players work up, utilizing the CAs, like what Soul mentioned. Today's the insect CA, or sorry, insect war zone. So you build up all those diamonds, and then maybe VIP store comes around and it offers you, let's say, 50 fragments of one of those ants needed in the evolution. And that could definitely be able to help players, reach those goals to unlock the ants that they need. Because I've known some players who don't even have two out of the three meteorite evolutions because they're missing one ant for two of those evolutions. So that could really benefit players.
yeah.
But
Back to the event. We're kind of getting off subject here, but back to the update that's coming out. They're also going to be doing some optimizations outside of the adjustments that they're making to the Meteorite Task Dispatch. I'm going to skip over the first one, which is Reform Cooperation, to go to the second one real quick because it's a quick one. But
mm,
currently, when you're on event, let's say you launch to reinforce a tower, and the enemy takes that tower over. Your troop is now sent back your hill, and you have to send it back as an attack, causing time and whatnot. They are now going to change that where your support turns into an attack on its march towards the tower. So you're not wasting time sending a troop that will bounce back and come back because the tower status changed. I think that's a great update. I think it'll be very useful in kind of speeding up the process of these battles. And I can't count how many times I've sent to reinforce, and my troop just gets sent right back because the tower changed hands or whatever may be the case, and I wasted 2 minutes or whatever marching to and from the tower. So I think that's definitely something that is good and needed. If you're on event now, it's not going to change. But those starting the effect is for any batches that are season maps that enter the competition period on or after July 1st. So those going to event now, that in the selection period, it will take effect for. Those that are currently on event, it will not. So that's something to watch out for. And then back to the first one, they are optimizing the reform cooperation. They're increasing the upper limit of cooperation levels. This one, I'm not super excited about, really, to be honest with you, because I don't think it's going to affect a majority of players out in this game. Just knowing how much cooperation reform essence is needed to get even into the level 50 that is currently the max. But
Dang.
it's a change that's being made. I just don't know what benefits they're saying. So, or what more of a benefit that they can gain out of this. Because currently, if you go and look at the reform, the first reform that you can max out is for counter. So if you're improving guardians, they counter shooters. If you're improving shooters, it counters carrier, whatever may be the case, right? And then the next cooperation reform is going to be defense, and then normal attack damage. The one that people tend to chase after is this combat speed, which is the 4th level of it. Or I'm sorry, 3rd? No, 4th.
4th.
4th
Yeah.
level is combat speed. 5th level is health. 6th level is soldier attack. 6th level is control resistance. 7th level is ant attack. Then soldier defense, and then special ant skill damage is currently what the last one is. So like, it looks like they're gonna go above and beyond that. So I don't know what they're exactly gonna offer, but for me in my server range, I think it's going to be. Oh yes, thank you, Sir Luna. She has kindly posted all of the different reform cooperation. But to me, in my server range, it is few and far between that have reached any of these levels as it stands. So increasing that, I don't, like additional reform cooperations adding to the end of that, I don't see as something that's going to be very important for a while. Now, I know there are players that are utilizing branches to get more of the reform essence and purchasing packs and getting VIP, but I'll have to check. I have a member in my alliance that tends to get everything and does focus on this. I'll ask him how far he is in those, and if he can send me a screenshot, I'll post it. But I don't think he's even that far ahead in this to be able to like add additional ones. But those sticks do at some point, like as players get all of the skins and stuff that are in that store, When you gather the hard branches, the only thing left is the Reform Essence to upgrade this. So
Mhm.
maybe there are players that are hitting the top tier of this, and that's why they're increasing it. But I don't think it's going to affect a majority of players in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Like even me, I'm still trying to get my last reform cooperation is 5 stars. So
Yeah.
this update, it's not even going to phase me. I'm probably not even going to notice for a long time. But yeah, it's something that some players for sure, like the player you're talking about, that's definitely going to affect him, and that's something that he's going to be able to work on. But it's still a nice little update that the developers have given. And did you hear about the new metal that's going to come out too?
Yes. I wonder what specific insects it's going to be for.
Ones I don't
But
have.
yeah, it's going to. Yeah. So there's a
I
new
call
category going to be Insect Commander, which is unlocked by owning specific insects. Do you, Draco? I think you have a screenshot of the 2 current insect ones. So the Insect Legend is owning PD, Iron Beetle, Whip Scorpion. The next one is owning CC, EP, and BA. I'm assuming this is probably going to be for like Gladiator Mantis, like
Rainbow
that
Scarab.
5th generation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
Hera, Gladiator Mantis, and
I find it amusing because tomorrow I get my Iron
Hera.
Beetle, which gives me the Insect Dominator medal, and now they're coming out with a new one.
Well, I mean that. I guess you expect it because they don't have a medal for that generation yet. So
Yeah, I want to know
and
who's excited to get their Godzilla tomorrow.
they're coming out with new generations as we speak. So
Yeah,
Yeah. And it should be probably, I'd say, another month, maybe at most, where the second Synergy shooter comes out. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to discard my little flaming heart hot Cheeto for that little thing. Oof.
not again, not again.
But I love my Cheeto.
Oh, you do? Did you get
I
it to 11 stars yet?
It's 11 stars and I'm stuck at level 54.
Ooh.
okay, so now I can tell you guys here. There are players that have maxed out the Reform Cooperation. My friend did respond to me, so I'll post that here. But because they have the that kind of explains why they're doing it. So
Okay, let's see that. Yes, Charmaine did hear about Hot Cheeto. He's so cute. He's gonna take over the
also
world.
while we're doing this, while I'm getting these pictures ready that he sent me, if you have not posted your IDs yet, please go ahead and do so in the live ID, as we can have the fairy send you a nice little gift for joining us on stage. Also, a reminder, stage is something that we put on for the community where players can come and ask any questions they want. We'll answer them in the chat. But if you want to come up on stage, just hit that raise hand icon at the bottom of the screen and we will bring you up on stage and answer your questions live as well.
Yeah,
So
and just to add to that too, if you guys come up on stage, you also get a special little bonus kit from the fairy too. Ooh. So, if you like
Mm.
collecting rewards, come on up.
as you can see in the live chat, I posted that some players have hit that top cooperation. So I'm gonna say that this is designed for them to continue improving something, but that's that answered my question. So
Oh my
most of us,
gosh.
most of us are never gonna see that. So let's say I'm not even close to those levels myself. So
But yeah, that's gonna take a lot because I don't even know anyone who has 20 stars on their reform cooperation. Well, probably you, Sol. You probably have something pretty high up there, but
I have the combat speed. I chased after that, right? But I started slowing down after achieving that because that was like the most important for for me. But
Mhm.
beyond that, I didn't know how much I was going to chase, and
Yeah, there's
I do the hard branches though. Like so, I do grab that up, but I think that comes out every like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or something like that, where you
uh
can grab hard branches.
I think it's 2 weeks for the top-up
Okay.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top of events every 2 weeks. Uh,
Okay.
I'm at a whopping 11 stars on all three. I feel special.
Yeah.
I think I'm around
Okay.
there too.
I mean, they allow you to. You have to do it in steps 5, right? So you can go,
Exactly.
and then once you hit 5, you have to improve the other ones. I'm going to tell you something. That's one thing I had this conversation earlier this week. I don't like that feature of the game. I understand the reason why they have it implemented, but like it drives me nuts with the insects that you have to like bring up 2 other insects in order to bring your main up further, right? So
Mhm.
I I wouldn't mind it so much if it was one other insect because you know some players may fight with a couple units when they're on events, but most players want to improve their pro or their main as much as they can, and I don't know. I would like to. That's something I would like changed, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. So we'll
Yeah,
use.
no, unfortunately. But there was actually something I saw in World Suggestions, and for anyone listening, I check World Suggestions all the time, seeing what players are talking about, and using those ideas to think of good ways to help improve the game. But there was something I saw, and Nim, I wonder if you agree with this player or not. But here, let me get it. So everyone knows every time you go into season, you get 70% of the resources that you spent healing your insects back. So this one player actually suggested healing speed ups. So Nim, what do you think of, having the ability to obtain, from what this player said, 70% speed ups that you've used for healing ants? What do you think?
Oh, to get them back after event?
Yes. So just like how we spend resources to heal ants, we get back. What do you think about speed ups being used, being returned?
I mean, I can understand the resources side of things, but speed ups, I mean, I enjoy the challenge of the game of getting the speed ups in the first place. So I don't see the use for getting them back in the same way you do resources, but that's just me. I mean, I think there's other ways you can get speed ups.
Hmm. And I'm pretty sure Soul definitely has an idea here how to gain speed ups. He actually showed me
Oh,
today how many he
forget about this.
gets.
This idea is just. I don't even want to hear about it. Okay, because the, no offense to this player, but I don't know what server they're on, so it's not something that they may have knowledge on, but we will definitely be sharing that here and now on stage. But for those of you that do not know, during the War of Kings event, um, as your server is fighting for these squirters and control of the tree to determine who's going to be king, the system is designed to assist players so that they're not totally hurt and lose a lot of materials and resources that they are spending while trying to gain the tree. So, yeah, well, there's kind of a little kink in the system in which, depending on the ants that you have stationed for healing and how well they're skilled up, the system actually returns to you more than what you are actually spending. So you can net gain healing speed ups by farming squirters. And I will post
Ooh.
an example here. I'm going through my pictures to grab one of my screenshots. I didn't participate this week because we're about to go to event, but to give you an idea,
Ooh.
last week working, this was the mail that I got back from the healing speed ups that I was quote unquote farming during War of Kings. If anyone has questions about this process, there are a ton of videos out there on how to do it. But you can feel free to message myself or some of the stage team members I know that are well aware of this process and how it works. But basically, you fight for the squirters, and yeah, you get speed heals up. Now, just to give you an idea from the picture that I posted, in this particular event, I gained about just over 10,000 hours of healing speed ups doing this process. There have been weeks that I have been able to hit in the 15, 16,000 hours. Just depends on how busy I am that day and how much time and stamina I wish to put towards healing, speed up farming. But I am a pretty aggressive fighter when it comes to events. I also personally purchase fungi, which causes me to fight more than your average players out there. And
Mhm.
as a result, I spend more healing speed ups fighting. So, on average, the events that we participate in, again, I'm in a very aggressive alliance and I purchase fungi, which makes me spend more healing speed ups. On average, through an event, I'm spending about 8,000 to 10,000 healing speed ups for an entire 45-day event. Okay. So the fact that in one day of farming healing speed ups, I can earn enough healing speed ups to go through an entire 45-day event. I don't think there's a need for a return of healing speed ups because as soon as you return to server, you can turn around and do okay. I mean, here's that's a prime example. So Sarluna has a player that has hoarded 88,000 healing speed up. So um, I don't have quite that many because again, I know what I spend during event, and I don't always have the time to do it. But I'm currently sitting at about I'm almost 17,000 myself. So which is double what I would spend on an event. Okay, so ironic here's got 93,000. So it just depends on the player and what they're going to spend and expect to spend, but utilize that feature. That is definitely something that all players should be doing. If you ever are on server and you know, you know how you can search and jump around, or you can jump around from tree to any server in the game. You'll notice that if alliances, if the main alliance of that server or a couple alliances of that server are on event, you'll notice massive fights going on for these squirters. I know in the newer servers, they're still fighting over who's going to control the tree and who's going to be king. But you know, as you get into more, older, more veteran servers, the teams are actually working together in order to gain these healing speed ups so that they can, um, do have them for events. So I don't know.
Yeah, most mature servers have a king schedule as well. Which alliance gets the tree on what time? Because you're rotating, right? You're rotating through events, so you're probably going to be back on server while someone's about to go or someone's just coming back. So it's like a rotation. So you get into the habit of doing that.
But
88,000 hours. That's crazy.
I'm still waiting to see Ironic's 93,000. Pictures or it didn't happen.
Ironic. You're getting called out here by Draco.
Dun, dun, dun. Don't worry. Oh my God.
Draco, go home. Go home.
Oh, he called my bluff. Oh my God,
man.
Sarah Luna. Oh, she only has 11. 11,000.
Oh, only. I'm telling you, dude, like most players will only spend maybe 5,000 over the course of an event. Okay. I mean, like, so having any more than that is just overkill. Ironic with 93, Ironic could sit back. I mean, think about this for a second. If I were Ironic, I could like literally sit back for a year and a half, never farm again. Okay. And still not go through that many speed heals in all of the events going back to back to back.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Unless
curious,
you're
Ironic, how many
fighting.
speed heals do you average spending on events?
Must be a lot.
Guppy needs
I'm
to farm.
slacking, man. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I got this though. Don't worry. It's fine.
Guppy needs to farm.
Oh man. But you know what I just realized actually? I just checked the game. There's gonna be only a few more days for a special insect to come out. Do you guys know what that insect's gonna be?
Wait, what happened?
There's only a few more days for a certain insect to start coming out for players. Do you guys know which one that is?
Oh, the new Godzilla?
Yes, the
Crown.
new exactly. So if players, like myself who betting, it's only 2 more days. You're posting in chat.
Red crown spider.
Dun dun dun. It's not as cool as Godzilla. I gotta say, I love Godzilla, even
Well,
though
hold on.
I don't have
Otto,
one.
did you go for this thing?
I need the Iron Beetle to get my medal.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to hunt for players that have Godzilla and decide to grab this. I want to see if they can be. I want to see if they can be attached to each other as helper.
Yeah, I'll have it in about a week.
A week?
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
no, I started late.
You didn't
Because,
bading
like,
right away, did you?
I think we talked
No.
about this in a previous stage that there was an ability to get two Godzillas, cannot use Godzilla as a helper on Godzilla. So I'm very curious if this can have Godzilla as a helper or Godzilla can have this as a helper. I think it will be possible, but it'll be
Mhm.
interesting to see. And I'm sure if Guppy's going to go this route, there'll be some testing on his part because I know he is a wizard of testing different formations and everything. So I'm sure you will be
Mhm.
probably trying this if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'll be testing it out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But Guppy, I got a question. So for the players like myself who don't actually have Godzilla, and we actually obtain a red crown spider, do you have any, recommendations of what helper insect it should be given, or, if it becomes a helper insect, what insect should it follow for a lead?
I mean, it's the exact same thing as Godzilla. So I mean, I see people running what Devil Flower with it if they're not having Weaver Ant with them. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Um, basically anything that improves normal attack.
Okay, so let's
Like that.
say I have a double flower and I have my little flaming hot Cheeto over here.
Hmm.
Should I get Red Crown Spider and put it as a helper for those, or have Devil Flower as a helper for Red Crown?
I mean, well, Devil Flower is starting to get pretty outdated. I mean,
Hmm.
its skill's not all that great anymore. Um, but what I would be curious to see is if this could actually be. Well, I mean, I would assume it could be helper with the new insects that are coming out. Um,
Hmm.
but really, I'd be curious on what the new shooter is going to come out to be. The shooter synergy.
Yeah, Shooter 2 synergy, because
Hmm.
we've seen it's been a week, or actually maybe a little bit more, since oh my gosh, I cannot pronounce its name, but the new Synergy 2 Guardian insect came out, and I have seen that thing everywhere. And its skills effect, everything about it is tremendous. It makes a Rainbow Scarab look like a Golden Spiny at this point, in my opinion. So, seeing what the new Synergy 2 shooter is going to be, oh, please be something amazing. I'll bidding my way all the way to it.
Yeesh.
Oh my goodness. And I know I'm pretty sure Nim over here will probably bidding her way to it too.
Oh, for sure. I can't resist a good insect. That's my history. From the beginning of the game when I started spending, it was always on insect and not paid ants. So now I
Oh,
can't help myself.
Yeah, but Nim, you have the new Synergy 2 Guardian as well, right? How do you like
I
that?
I do. I haven't done much testing with it because I'm a shooter main, but I got it by happenstance because I had the points and I was like, I can't justify not getting it, if that makes sense. But I'm working on a Guardian lineup because that's my second level of T10s that I'm trying to open. So I'm hoping to be like have universal in my marches. So when I, want to counteract someone else's, I have options. I like having options.
I'm not gonna
Yep.
call out this player because they sent it to me in private, but they're listening in on our stage today for speed heal farming and uh, who's got a bigger amount of speed heals. This seems to be the game today. So I
Oh
Not
think
my.
me.
I think this player won so far.
Oh, oh my God.
Oh
uh,
my goodness. Oh my lord.
oh man.
117,973 1-hour speed ups.
You know,
You can.
I'm
Mhm.
almost positive I could go 2 years without ever farming another one if I had that many.
Oh
So
yeah,
this amount is
100%.
normal for Group One members. I know this player is not a Group One player, so I can tell you that. Um,
Oh
wow.
my goodness. But just to let everyone know, if you guys haven't already, go to Live IDs and post your in-game ID, not your Discord ID. Please don't do that. But your actual Ants in-game ID, and the fairy will bring you a nice little reward for joining us today. And yeah, do you guys have anything else you'd like to add?
I think we pretty much covered everything. Looking forward to see what this update does. We'll obviously expand on this on the next stage once we all get to see how it's being implemented,
Mhm.
and check out what the new portions of the reform bring. So I'm pretty excited. Like I said, I hope it does. It seems to be a lot of potential with the update that's coming. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is actually going to be implemented.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And plus, we actually haven't got an event since the collaboration. So next week we should be seeing a new event pop up in the game. So kind of excited to see which one it will be and what rewards it brings. So with that, I thank everyone for coming today. Like I said, if you haven't already, go to the live IDs, post your live ID. If you guys have anything you want us to talk about for next stage, go to stage topics, post your, little topic you like us to talk about, and we will bring that up. And also, too, don't forget, go to stage videos, check out the videos that Otto over here has graciously created for YouTube, Twitch. I believe there's something else. I am blanking at the moment.
No, we're live streaming on Twitch. We have recorded videos on YouTube as well as live stream. We're working on getting our TikTok up and running so we can go live on TikTok and have people enjoy us there. So if you can go over to like and subscribe on YouTube, please go and follow us on Twitter or go and like and share on TikTok so we can go multi-platform simultaneously. Facebook changed its algorithm slightly, so we might be looking at some additional things there. But we want to go multi-platform, reach as many players as possible, and just have the information out there, and just bring the community together as a whole and have a good time. So thank you everyone who has already subscribed, liked, and shared, and we'll see you next weekend.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. And if you live in Canada, enjoy your extra long weekend.
I work
Ooh.
tomorrow. Thank you, Draco.
Shocking.
Okay. I'll be relaxing while you work, Otto.
Listen, you can relax in my ear while I'm working. How about that?
Sounds like a deal. I'll see you
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, well, until tomorrow. Hasta mañana.
Go Sluggy,
Okay.
go.